guys. So welcome to our first class video. Yay! I know it's kind of weird and you're probably sitting at home all comfy cozy while I'm talking to you, and that's great. I hope that you're having a good day and that you're ready for just I've got a few things I want to talk to you about this morning. But first, I wanted to read from our devotional book. We're reading from I Am. We started this yesterday, and 40 Reasons to Trust God. And in this book, it talks about the different names of God. So today's name for God is El Emet, which means God of truth. And I'll scoot a little closer to the camera so you can see the pictures a little better. I love the pictures in this book. So, a sad day in the garden. Isaiah 65:16. Whoever asks for a blessing in the land will be blessed by the God of truth. And so this comes from Genesis 2-3. A clear, clean river rippled through Eden, the beautiful garden where Adam and Eve lived with God. In the center of the garden stood two special trees, the tree of knowing good and evil and the tree of life. Bubble. The river flowed through the garden, watering all the plants and trees. You may eat from every tree in the garden except the tree of knowing good and evil, God told Adam. Do not eat from that tree or you will die. Now, God had an enemy who did not like Adam and Eve. One day, the enemy came to Eve disguised as that's right, a snake. I hope you can see it okay. Did God really tell you not to eat from any tree in the garden? The snake asked. He was a really sneaky snake. No, Eve answered. God said we can eat from any tree except the tree in the middle of the garden. If we eat from it, we will die. You won't die, the snake lied. You will be like God. You'll know about good and evil, that's all. Eve listened to the snake and gazed at the fruit on the tree. It looked so delicious. She said to herself, it looks so pretty. And if it can make me as wise as God? Eve decided to believe what the snake told her instead of what God had said. She reached for a piece of the fruit and took a bite. She gave some to Adam, and he ate the fruit too. Adam and Eve chewed. They swallowed. Then they looked at each other and said, we've made a big mistake. We should have believed God's words. They wanted to hide. Later in the day, when they heard God walking in the garden, they ran away from him. But God knew where they were, and he knew what they had done. He called to them and asked, did you do what I told you not to do? Eve gave me the fruit and I ate it, Adam said. The snake lied to me about the fruit and I ate it, Eve said. Because Adam and Eve had disobeyed God, they could no longer live in the garden with him forever. Someday they would die. God's words were true because God cannot lie. You have done what I told you not to do, God said, and now you must leave this beautiful garden. God punished the sneaky snake too. You will crawl on your belly from now on, God said. But God still loved Adam and Eve, and he made new clothes for them before they left the garden, and he had a plan ready. One day, he would send someone to make things right again. And who is that someone? Who was that someone that he was going to send? That's right, it's Jesus. So what does it mean? There they are leaving the garden. Some games and toys use play money that doesn't look real. If you want to buy something at the store, you know you can't use a play dollar bill, not like the ones we have in class that we use to count money. Can we use those at the store? No. You need real money, but some fake money does look real. Stores need to know if money is real or fake, so cashiers practice feeling real dollar bills. They learn about small special markings on the real dollars. And when they can recognize real money, they can spot fake money too because it is different. One of God's names is God of truth. In the Bible, God tells us what is real or true about himself, about people, and about the world. When we know and believe God's words, which are true, then we can also recognize words that aren't true because they are different. What God says is always true. The God of truth never lies. In fact, he can't. His words always prove true. Proverbs 30, verse 5. Dear God, thank you that your words are always true. I want to always love your truth. Amen. So that was our devotions for this morning, and tomorrow, or the next time, we'll do one about Abraham. Abraham will be the next one. So I just had a few reminders for you and things I wanted to talk about. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some phonics stuff. So first grade, you have a couple new special sounds coming up on your phonics papers. So I thought we could go through our phonics cards together. So the first one that you have coming up is in phone. P-H, phone. All right. So can you say that? Can you say that with me? Here we go. In phone. P-H, and then the words we have on the back of our card, repeat after me, are phrase, nephew, phonics, which is what we're doing, photograph, alphabet, and, what's that word? Yes, elephant. I should have had my elephant sitting here with me. That would have been perfect. All right, so those ones are all the words to go on our card. There are more words that are in phone. Then we have CH. Now, we know another CH. Can you remember what other CH we know? Think about it. Yes, ch in church. Now, this CH doesn't say ch, it says k in chorus. CH says k, k, k. So say that with me. K in chorus. C-H, k, k, k. All right, so it makes a K sound, really, right? All right, repeat after me. Ache, Christ, echo. Did you hear the echo? Schoolhouse, scheme, and chrome. So those are all for k in chorus. So that's going to be for one of your phonics pages. And then on the next phonics page, you have two other special sounds. So we have ought in thought. O-U-G-H-T says ought, ought, ought. So say that with me. Ought in thought. O-U-G-H-T, ought, ought, ought. And our words for ought in thought would be bought, fought, brought, and sought. And then the last one is another one that says ought, but this time it has an A. A-U-G-H-T says ought, ought, ought. So say this one with me. Ought in caught. A-U-G-H-T says ought, ought, ought. It's a lot of letters to say in a row there. Yikes. Repeat after me. Taught. Naughty. Uh-oh. Caught and daughter. So there are our special sounds, first grade, that we are going to be using on your next couple papers. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about for second grade was I wanted to remind you about how we're diagramming sentences now. I know this is something kind of new that we've been doing, so I wanted to remind you. We have our first sentence here, which is on one of your papers. Part of it is Mrs. Wilson's students played kickball. So what we've been doing is we've been underlining the whole subject, and now we're going to underline just the main noun in the subject. Okay, so usually what we did was we underlined Mrs. Wilson's students, but who is this sentence about? Who specifically? It's about the students. So you're going to underline students one time. Then what comes next? Say it. Good. You're going to put your line between students and played. And what's the verb? Played. So we're going to underline it twice. So you need to mark your sentence first, and then you're going to do your diagramming where you put your noun or your subject in the first part of the line, students. And then the verb played. All right. Then just for a little bit extra practice, we have another sentence. My mom cooked pizza for dinner. Yes. I hope your mom cooks pizza for dinner. So who is this sentence about? We're gonna, who's it about? What's the subject? That's right, mom. So we're gonna underline mom once. And then, good, we're gonna put the line between. And what is the verb? What did mom do? Yep, she cooked. So we're gonna underline cooked twice. And then we're gonna fill in those words on our lines of our diagram sentence. Mom is the subject and cooked is the verb. Very good. So that was just a little bit of a review I wanted to remind you of because I know that's something new we've been doing and I wanted to help make sure that you remembered how to do that second grade. All right, the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is that I'm gonna start reading a chapter book and I'm gonna post some videos of me reading the chapter book to you. So the book we're gonna read is School Days According to Humphrey. And these books are some of my favorites, so I'm kind of excited to read it to you. So School Days According to Humphrey, so you'll have to watch and see if another video pops up of me reading a chapter or two. It depends on how long the chapters are. I might read one chapter, I might read two, who knows? We'll see how it goes. And then the last thing, I wanted to remind you of the verse that Spawns talked about in chapel yesterday, just to encourage you and to remind you. He reminded us to make sure, or to work hard to get along with our brothers and sisters and our parents and to be kind. And so he said, the song we sang that he taught us was, so whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. I hope that you have a good day, and it's kind of weird being in here without you and talking to you. But I hope you're having a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.